Welcome back to week 21. This week, we are talking about know your people. That included in video one, know yourself, video two, know your employees. And this video, we're talking about knowing your customer. So, knowing your customer is a lot more than just knowing your ideal customer avatar, right? That customer avatar it's important. You've spent time building it out, and we've talked about it multiple times throughout these sessions. But really, when we talk about knowing your customer, it goes beyond that. It goes knowing their buying habits, when they buy, why they buy. It's about knowing when and how they give feedback. Will they give feedback? It's about loyalty, right? What are you required to do as a business to gain their loyalty? Because customers that you have are the best customers to keep, right? And that's probably sounds so obvious and so ridiculous. But when you think about the cost of acquiring customers, the least expensive is keeping the customers you have. And that means understanding, what do you need to do to keep them? Why will they keep coming back to you? What sort of experience are they looking for? What sort of product or service are they looking for? What quality do they need? So you really want to understand your customer, and you get to know your customer by asking questions. You can survey them if you have brick and mortar where they come in, talk to your customers, find out how things are going for them. And this isn't like, you're not sitting down and having coffee with them. I mean, you can, but that's not what we're talking about. It's a higher level conversation than that, where you're just like, hey, how are you doing? And let's be real. When you walk into a store, what's the number one thing that you dislike? Is when a sales rep comes up to you and is like, can I help you find anything? Or do you need any help today? Even though that is such a genuine question that people are asking in many instances, right? You walk into a store, it's like, hey, can I help you with anything? If I'm not trying to sell you anything, I just want to make sure that you're able to find what you need, then that's a different conversation for customers, right? So you don't want to make it feel like you're trying to push more things on them. You want to make your customers feel like they're being heard and like what they have to say matters. That's getting to know your customers. You can survey them, you can talk to them when they're in your building, you can call them for feedback, you can send them an email and ask them for a testimonial or for feedback that way. And you want to know, like, are they, try and understand if they're the type of people who, if they're the type of person who really very hands off, don't engage with me, I'll engage with you when I need something. Or if they're more, hey, send me emails, reach out, talk to me. There's people like to be treated different ways, and understanding the type of customers that you're attracting into your business is going to help you to retain those customers. The other thing I want to touch on really, really fast is, if a lot of your customer experience and engagement is coming off of social media, just make sure that you're able to capture the information from them on who they are, like their email address. Find some way to get them to sign up, some call to action that drives them to your website so that they can provide you with their their email address. You want to capture that information, and we've talked about this numerous times, but if your customers are engaging with you on social media and you don't have any other way to reach out to them, you don't really own that customer experience. You don't own that customer. Social media does. Mark Zuckerberg does if you're on Instagram or Facebook. And you want to control the interactions that you have with your customers. And you can't do that on social media if Mark Zuckerberg and his team change the logarithm and now your customers or your people, your followers don't see your posts anymore. So just make sure you're protected in that way. It's great to find people on social media to engage with them, but you've got to find a way to give them a call to action to collect their information so that you can engage with them through email and on your own platform and not on someone else's. It's a really important thing that we like to remind our clients of as often as possible, because we don't want to see you lose business. So get out there, know your customers, survey them, ask questions, get feedback from them, find out what they like, what they don't like, and then continue to offer amazing service to your customers so that the ones that you already have, you don't lose. There's some downloads for you, some PDFs. Make sure you've listened to the audio file. And if you haven't already watched the other 2 videos, go check them out. But we will see you next week. And we hope that you're enjoying everything you're learning. And once again, if you've got questions, reach out to us. We're here to help. And I just want to say one more really quick thing. We covered this subject. I talked about this in video 1 in depth in our book. And this isn't me pimping out our book. I'm just saying there's an entire section dedicated to knowing your people where we cover just tons and tons of information, and there's some exercises on knowing your people. So take advantage of that. If you have the book, take advantage of it and go ahead and read through those chapters.